I'm Evelyn. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all having an amazing day. And also happy Candy Day because it's Friday today. So if you haven't gotten your Friday candy yet, now is the time. This is the sign. So go get it. Anyway, we are decorating an apartment for two teens today, and I kind of wanted it to be somewhat like their first apartment. That said, size proportions are so different in The Sims, so obviously this apartment would be not necessarily like a big apartment in real life, but I feel like it would still be on the bigger side for someone who's living out or not at home for the first time. But it's one of the smallest apartments that we have in Myshuno, so I went for it and I just really wanted to decorate in this theme. I hope you guys will like it. It has room for a total of 3 Sims, because there's a double bed in one of the bedrooms, but I was kind of imagining there to be a pair of teens living here. I think they're best friends. I don't think they're just strangers living together, or they're not a couple either. They're just best friends living together. Do with that what you want. That said, you could easily, have any kind of household living here. It doesn't have to be a pair of teen friends or young adult friends even, or something like that. You could easily have like a couple living here with a kid, or whatever combination you want. I just, when decorating it, wanted to go for like fun vibes, a bit like younger vibes, if that makes sense. So it's all a little bit messy, very colorful. It's not necessarily matchy, although I do try to do that with the colors just so it doesn't look extra messy, if that makes sense. I think I explained that in the last voiceover, but whenever you use a lot of colors for interiors, you kind of want to make sure that at least there are 2 items in the same color, so it ties the color scheme together in some ways so it doesn't end up looking like a mess. And that's kind of what we're doing today as well. But there's a lot of color in this apartment compared to some of the interiors that I have done lately, so if you've been waiting for an apartment with a lot of color, I hope you will like this one. There's also a lot of bookcases around. I feel like the 2 teens living here are still students, so it kind of made sense to me, even though when I was a student I didn't really have a lot of books, but it's details. But it does tie in with one of the Sims being a bookworm. They have their own bookcases in their bedroom, and I kind of had this idea that they've been collecting books for a very long time. And the other one is, I don't really know what they do, but they have a guitar in their bedroom. So it was either that or an easel over in the corner of the room, so I went with a guitar. I feel like they could easily play in a band or something, or maybe they're just like a singer-songwriter writing a lot of music at home or something like that. So I still wish we had a pack of some sort that came with a lot of music instruments. I really want both a bass but also a drum kit. A drum kit in The Sims would be so cool, although I feel like it would probably also be really noisy and kind of annoying if your Sim doesn't really know how to play, but practice makes perfect, even when it comes to The Sims. even when it's about The Sims in The Sims. So yeah, you just gotta be patient a little bit, let the Sims learn, but I think something like a drum kit would be super cool, although I probably wouldn't be able to find a lot of space for them because they are huge. They take up a lot of space in a house, so I don't know. But it would be cool regardless, would be cool to have a drum kit. So over here, this is kind of their entertainment unit, but as you can see, it's a little bit of a mess. It's supposed to be though, and one of those, are they shoe boxes or storage units or whatever they are that I kind of combined with some cupboards. One of them kept like falling down whenever I changed the wallpaper or did something to a wall or whatever, so I keep elevating it throughout the build. It's super annoying, but in the uploaded version it should be fine. I don't know, I've been constantly like, every time I went into this apartment, something would have changed. So the uploaded version is after I corrected all the things that changed though, so I hope it's okay. If not, there's literally nothing I can do about it. It's like when you use some of those shelving units from Dream Home Decorator, the box ones, if you place something in them and then log out of the game and open it up again, the item will most likely be missing. It's super weird. I don't know why that is, but it's super weird. Sometimes when you combine the different units as well, the modular pieces, some pieces will be missing as well. I don't know what's going on with that, but I did my best to make sure that everything is as it should be in the uploaded version, so I really hope that it is, but if it isn't, there's literally nothing I can do about it. At max, you would probably have to add a couple of clutter items or something like that. You can always go back to the screenshots at the end of the video to see where everything is, and if one of the storage units that's combined with the cupboards for the entertainment unit is if one of them is down, you can just like raise it up with the 9 key and you should be good. But I don't know, that just kept happening and I was puzzled about it every time. I really don't know why that happened. But I've been wanting to use those units for the longest time. I think I've only used them once before and it was just one of them in like a very colorful swatch as well, I think. It had like 3-4 different colors on it, I don't know. So I just think they look super cute, but I haven't really been using them much because I'm not really sure how to use them, but I felt like they looked good right there combined with the cupboards, so I just kind of went for it. But it does look messy, however, it's supposed to look messy because they have a lot of stuff, these two teens, and it's not necessarily all like matchy-matchy and stylish and, you know, stuff. Because when you move out, you kind of just, at least in my experience, you're given a lot of stuff from your parents, or maybe you were given a lot of stuff for Christmas or your birthday or whatever, and even if you have to buy a lot of things yourself, you are not necessarily going for super matchy-matchy items or like stylish items or whatever. You're just kind of going for whatever is cheap, because when you move out, you need a lot of things all of a sudden. So you're just kind of grabbing what you can with the budget that you have. I've done it twice almost, I want to say, like 1.5 times at least. The first time when I moved out, but then also when I moved home again from, or not home, but to Denmark from Scotland, I also had to leave a lot of the stuff that I had in Scotland or donated, and there were a lot of things that I didn't have, like cutlery even. I didn't have any of that. I didn't have any plates or anything like that because I got rid of a lot of stuff when I moved over there, and I had to get a lot of stuff back when I moved back again because I couldn't fit everything that I wanted into the car. I basically just had my mom's car and I had to fit all of my stuff into that car. So I also had to donate my instruments, for example. It sucked. I still miss them, but that's the way that it is. So I kind of had to collect all these things again. I just decided to take it very slow this time instead of just taking whatever I could. So yeah, just took it kind of slow. I'm still working on some things, even though I've lived here for 2 years and 2 months. I'm still working on collecting some things, but I feel like in general we're doing good now. However, I have some experience with the whole like moving out and stuff like that, because you really do. You are really like at point zero and you have to collect so many things. Like you don't really think about it once you've lived by yourself for a while, but there's a lot of things you need. Anyway, so this is the first one of the bedrooms. This one is for the the sim with, sometimes I do that, call them people, but they're not people, they're pixel people, they're sims. Anyway, so this is the one that has the guitar. I just wanted to clutter up everything. I think the item in the... No, that should be fine. I was worried for a second if the item that's inside the hairbrush thing that I placed inside the wardrobe, if that was actually missing from the screenshots, but I think it is there, so we're good. I'm just getting all like paranoid about my clutter items sometimes or somehow just disappearing when I shut down the game. I don't know, it's fine, but I think it's there. So they have a very, very small bedroom. I think a sim that lives in this room definitely pays the bigger part of the rent, or at least I hope they do, just to make it a little bit more fair. But you can't really split up the rent in The Sims, so you can make your friends live together though. That is possible, right? It's been such a long time since I've played the game. I know I get requests to do like gameplay stuff sometimes, but it's just not for me, I don't think. I like to just chill, not talk when I'm building. I like to just sit here and build and just, I don't know, not think about things at all. Does that make sense? I don't like to think, basically. Yeah. I just shut off completely and just sit here and stare at my screen while I'm doing stuff without thinking about it too much. That's how it works for me. So the whole gameplay thing, we're probably not going to touch that unless we suddenly get a Sims 5. I might jump into it. You never know. Could surprise you. We'll see eventually, maybe. I don't really know if there's a Sims 5 coming, but I do know there's a new kit coming out. I don't remember the date. It might be Tuesday, next Tuesday. I'm not really sure. It's a cast kit, so it's probably not, or it is something that I'm not going to cover here on the channel. I just don't really touch the cast kits, to be honest. And this one is also male cast, so, and by cast I mean create a sim. It's just easier to say. But this one is also for male sims, so I just don't really care, to be honest. Like, I'm happy for everyone who wants it, but I'm not excited about it because it's just not for me personally. So, you know, I don't really, whenever I go into CAS, I always just make female sims, and it's rare that I go into CAS, so it's just not for me, but it might be for other people. And for them, I'm happy, but I still miss some more built by stuff. I really, really do. So this is the sim that is, as you can see on the left side of the bed, they have their own bookcases as well, and that's where I kind of figured that they would. I'm still watching a lot of like bookshelf tours. I want to do my own at some point, but that's what I was inspired by. So they've been collecting a lot of books throughout their life, also being gifted them for Christmas and, or not Christmas, that's not what it's called in The Sims, but you know what I mean. And also birthdays and stuff. So they just have a lot of books and they like to display them, and it's cute. I love it. I love the vibe. I also do it myself, so you know, I can relate to that. Sometimes it's okay to build for sims that are more relatable to yourself as well. So anyway, but we are getting close to the end of the video. I think for the rest of this, I'm just gonna clutter it up a little bit and also do the bathroom. I did not forget it this time, so don't worry. There is a bathroom in this apartment. I don't think I've ever forgotten it for an apartment, but I have for a couple of builds, but I always end up adding them before uploading them to the gallery, so we're good. But yeah, we are getting to the end of this video, so I'm going to be wrapping up this voiceover now. If you guys like this apartment, you can download it off the gallery. My ID is AvelineYT, and you can also find it under the hashtag Aveline or AvelineYT. And as always, the tray files can be found on my Patreon, which will be linked to in the description box down below, as well as in the pinned comment. If you like books and you want to check out my other channels where I talk about them, definitely do by clicking on the link in the description box or the one in the pinned comment. And that is all. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe and all that good stuff if you did. And I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye. Makes me believe that you're a dream.